Live from Southwest Florida's morning news source. This is Fox 4 News Rising.
Well, it's something that may have crossed your mind before. What am I going to do if someone breaks into my house? How am I going to defend myself? Well, Wayne Bradshaw is here from Wrap Defense this morning to tell us what to do. Hey, Wayne, how you doing?
Good morning. Nice to be here.
So I see you brought a handy-dandy little chair with you.
I'm kind of hiding it back here. So I take it it's not for sitting down on.
No, well, it could be, but it's more versatile than that, especially if you look up and you see somebody suddenly in your house. Home invasion is one of the worst case scenarios, right? Maybe you have your kids in the other room and you're sitting there by yourself.
Right.
And although your house is really a treasure trove of weapons to use, you have to know how to use them.
Right.
Now with a chair, this is a terrific weapon for home defense, but you have to know in what direction to use it. Traditionally, people would think you would just take the chair, bring it up in the air, and smash it down.
Bash it over their head, like in the movies.
In the movies, right? And the chair explodes and the bad guy falls down.
Of course, that's how it's supposed to go.
In reality, the bad guy grabs the chair before you bring it down on top of him. He takes it away.
Okay.
So what you want to do is use this. It could be a shield if the person has a weapon, but better than that, what you do is you point it with the legs at the person and you rush into them and towards them.
Okay.
So as you see, how like the legs wind up, you could go to the face and then it'll hit the solar plexus in the center of the face.
Yeah.
Or here into where the sun doesn't shine, right?
Right.
Bang.
Then they'll really fall.
Then they'll fall.
And you're using your body energy, so that's extra force against
you would just
the chair.
take it, and you like push it right at me. Go ahead.
All right.
There you go. And you would just take it and like aim it.
Why don't you stand sideways where Amy is so we can see kind of. So
I'd
I'd go right there.
And you would run right at me and just keep running until I went down. Yeah.
I don't really want to hurt
We're not going to really run into it.
I feel like a lion tamer. Back away, Wayne, back away.
Yeah.
So what else could you use in your house that's similar to a chair? What if you don't have a chair near you?
Okay, well, this is, again, as a shield as well, if somebody has a weapon. If you had a, like a knapsack or something like that, that's kind of bulky, you would do the same thing. You hold it in front and push it toward it and keep running.
So don't be swinging things.
No, you want to rush and push back.
Ram.
Usually in a house, there's like all kinds of things around, so the guy will trip as he's going back. Even if he gets pinned against the wall, you hold him and then you attack him down low toward his legs with the kicks that we worked on a couple of times we were here.
Yes, we have.
So, yeah, and another thing, you don't want to, if anything that's like this, you don't want to throw it either. You want to be able to hold it and use it.
And push.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what if they would grab at it and start to try and use it as leverage against you?
Yeah, we want to avoid the tug of war. That's why I say as soon as you pick it up, you rush towards them and you gain the momentum.
And then get out of there.
And then, that's right, exactly.
Alrighty, and Wayne is actually a former police officer, so he's definitely the right guy to talk to about this stuff. And if you actually want more information on self-defense and things like that, he does seminars. You can give him a call, 239-573-2679, or check out his website, www.wrapdefense.com. And we've got Wayne in the 8 o'clock hour, too, and we're going to show you some
lots more other moves, other household items that can be great weapons.
Alrighty.
No, we're not cleaning up here on the Fox 4 set, though that might not be a bad idea. We are talking about self-defense. We got Wayne Bradshaw from Wrap Defense here, and a former police officer. You know all the moves, and we're doing a home invasion type situation, using the tools that you have lying around in your house. And so, how do we use the broom?
Well, how would you use a broom? And if I was an intruder and I came in, what would you do?
I would probably, first instinct, like try and choke you with it, and then maybe knee you or something.
That's pretty good. That's one way.
Well, you taught us earlier to like ram with it, so maybe just right in the chest, like knock you out.
Actually, those two.
Back away.
Those two ways present fairly good methods, but really not ideal. And especially you don't want to get in a situation where you're swinging it. It really doesn't do anything there. What it's really effective for is thrusting up into the attacker's face like this.
Oh, I would never think of that.
No, these bristles will get up in the nose into the eyes.
Yeah, and some death bunnies too. You start coughing and sneezing, the eyes watering.
So literally just shove it up into their eyes and nose?
Yeah. You want the bristles right up in the nostrils, up into the eyes, and when you continue to rush at the person and their head goes back, and you can attack lower into the pelvic area. It's the same thing with the we were doing with the chair. Once you get it in there, you want to continue to shove forward and move your body toward the person so they stay off balance and fall backwards. But if you shove this up into his face like this, his head's going to go straight back and his shoulders going to go back.
And a good element of surprise, because they're probably not expecting
the
bristles of the broom.
No, they wouldn't think that.
So you showed us earlier the chair, now you're showing us this, and use a lot of force and just go at it. But then what do you do next? What's the next step? Do you run? Do you...
Yeah, well, what you want to do is, if you're in your own home, you have, you have to protect, say you have to protect your kids, or if you have kids in the house and things like that. But what happened here is, once you push him into a position where he's either against the wall or he falls on the ground, you're probably going to want to disable him a little bit after that.
Right.
In that case, if his head is back like this, you want to attack into the pelvic area or kick into his knee and hurt him. And you want to stop this person in their tracks, because yeah, there's weapons in the house for you to use, but
He can
same
grab him.
with you.
Now, what if he would take the broom or take the chair and it suddenly gets into like a struggling battle?
See, that's a bad thing. You don't want your weapon or your shield to be taken away from you. That's why I was saying, as soon as you decide to do it, you have to attack forward. You really have to use all your weight into and go.
So just keep running towards them. So
yeah.
maybe like till they fall over.
Yeah, exactly.
And then kicking and whatnot.
Yeah.
On
So the
top
biggest
of it.
thing is really not being scared and not being hesitant.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Act quickly and determined.
Alrighty. Good stuff. Well, Wayne actually showed us a chair, a broom, and he's going to be with us one more time in the 8 o'clock hour to show us a few more things. And lots of good tools to know, no matter who you are, what home you're living in. And if you want more information, you can give him a call. The number's 239-573-2679, or log on to the website www.rapdefense.com. Well, we have all kinds of household items here this morning. We have chairs, we have brooms. No, we're not going to fly on it. We have deodorant, things like that. And Wayne Bradshaw is here from Rap Defense, and he's going to teach us how to use. He already taught us how to use the broom and the chair to defend ourselves. But you wouldn't think of an aerosol
can as being a great, hey, save my life sort of tool.
Exactly. How do you do that?
Any sort of aerosol spray will work well. The oven cleaner, if you're in a kitchen, your bathroom, this is like a deodorant spray. But there's one cautionary thing about using this. You can spray yourself. Some police officers have sprayed themselves with their own mace where you used to work, because in a frustration in a combat situation, they pulled out real quick and they wind up spraying yourself, which is bad.
Right, make sure the nozzle's pointed out.
Yeah, every time you take the top off a can, if you just make an awareness to check the point of travel on it, so you know you're pushing this in the right direction, because God forbid you use it and you have an intruder and you wind up, you think you're pointing it at them and you wind up pointing it at yourself.
Right.
So
definitely wouldn't be beneficial.
Yeah, you want to be aware of that happening. Like I said, I've seen police officers actually spray themselves with mace, and they're not, they're competent police officers, but when things happen quick and they pull it out, all of a sudden they're spraying themselves.
So where would you spray? The eyes, the nose?
Right at the eyes. It just goes right to the eyes. And it's the same theory as with the broom. You push it up.
Yes,
this is an aerosol, it goes into his eyes, right?
Let's go over this again, because I thought this was actually a really cool thing. Usually when you think of using a broom, you might think of like whopping someone over the head, but Wayne was showing us. Show us how you do it again?
Yeah, you would shove it upward and thrust it up into the nose and into the eyes.
Take a whiff of that.
Yeah, that would hurt, because these bristles are actually really hard. They would poke your eyes, poke your nose.
Plus you got all the dust and whatever's on the broom that's going to make you cough and sneeze.
Now his head goes back, you can take the bottom part and smash it up that way too.
Double effect.
I didn't even think of that.
So you push it up and kind of push it in like that, and you can get two things going at the same time.
With the chair, we're not playing Hollywood, we're not smashing over somebody's head.
Right.
You're ramming it.
Right. And basically, obviously, we're not in a scary situation, but if you are, you use all your force and you just keep running.
Yeah. You aim you want to aim the
Why am I
points of the
always the
legs.
bad guy?
Okay.
Here, I'm kidding. I'm teasing you.
Hit me.
I'm teasing.
Because you're standing in a very dominant posture.
Thank you. Again.
Taller.
So what you want to do is point the points of the chair legs right at like a vital point and rush into it.
Until I fall back.
Until you fall back. And again, you can attack the lower part of the body once they're knocked backward. And again, like I say, it's an effective shield as well. If you want to hit him over the head with it, wait till he's knocked down on the ground. Then be my guest and smash him on really hard. If he's in the house, bang him.
And a big thing about this is not hesitating, because in any situation when you're attacked, you don't want to become the victim.
Yeah, you don't want to hold anything, any sort of a weapon in a threatening posture. You want to grab it and go right to what you have to do, because you don't want any lag time in between. You want him off balance immediately. He's not going to expect it. If there's a chair, he's not going to expect this to happen, because you didn't think of it. He's not going to think of it either. Same thing with the broom. He won't expect it to go in that direction.
Good stuff. Lots of good tips out there. And if you want to get in touch with Wayne, he does some seminars. You can give him a call, 239-573-2679, or check out the website, www.rapdefense.com.
All right. Thanks, Wayne, so much for stopping by.
My pleasure.
Some good life-saving tips out there. We'll be right back.